and Green Oaks Ranch for partnering on the important event. We want to thank both of you. We extend our gratitude to the organizations participating in this year's event who are helping to connect our veterans with the service providers. Our ultimate goal is to help end veteran homelessness in North County. I especially want to pay tribute to all of you here today who have served in the military. I know my father was a veteran of World War II, and he actually died at 38 years of age from injuries he received in the military. But I want to thank all of you for the great sacrifices you've made, and your patriotism is an inspiration to us all. You are true patriots, and while you've fallen on hard times, some of you, I hope the services you will receive this weekend will provide you with a much-needed respite from the day-to-day stresses and hardships that many of you face. Again, I want to thank you for your service, and then thank all of you for giving us this opportunity to be of service to you. We can accomplish anything when we all work together, and we will strive to end homelessness in North County. So thank you, and have a great day today.
Thank you, Mayor Ritter. Now please welcome Assemblyman Rocky Chavez. Rocky.
Hoorah! Hoorah! Come on, I know there's some Marines, you guys out there. Hoorah! Hoorah! Okay, well, here we are. It's an exciting time to be here. I always like to see this. This is our second time coming around. I got to tell you, it's a much bigger crowd than the first time. That shows it's catching on. And as I said earlier, as you go around, the volunteerism and the different capability here is amazing. And I'd also like to recognize the group I was here earlier talking to them, and that's the band. And the reason I like to recognize the band is because you were here last time, you're here this time. I know you have a lot of places you can be, but there's two reasons I do this. One is because you're going to give us beautiful music. But the second issue is because you're young people seeing what these heroes have given to allow this great country to go forward. And you, by coming here, you recognize their services. So thank you very much for being here from RBV. You know, when I was coming here this morning, I was thinking, why do we do this? Is it because we can? Is it because we should? I actually think it's because we want to. We want to do this because we recognize what veterans have given. And we recognize as a group that the only way we can really respect all service members is that we can all work together and come together for a common goal. It's not so much about getting the homeless off the streets or giving somebody some clothes or food or meet the medical needs. It's a sense of respect. It's a sense of a community coming together. I was talking to Big Sid here earlier, and I said, why do the veterans run around on motorcycles? Why is that? You know, I think one of the reasons is back to why we do this, is because a motorcycle is an individual thing. Just look at all these beautiful bikes. They're individualized. They represent the individuals that we were in serving in the military. But when they come together, as they did in the parade through here, it shows the strength of that organization. It's the same strength we have in the military. Y'all remember going out to boot camp and y'all stood there and you're from all over the country. Some of you had long hair, some of you had no hair, different colors. Some people were tall, some people were short. But we all came together when at the end of the 3 months, we were all marching in step as a unit. We continue to march in step as a unit through our lives. And when we do veteran stand-downs like this, we come together to march in step once again. So I want to leave you with that thought. We don't do this because we should. We don't do this because we can. We do this because we want to, once again, march in step as a unit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rocky Chavez. Now please welcome Supervisor Bill Horn, who helped make this possible. Bill. Hoorah.
Thank you very much. Is Jim Haster here? He's the guy who twists my arm every year to write the check for this thing. Anyway, I want to thank Jim for his persistence. He is very persistent. You give him a half an hour to talk to you, and it takes 2 hours to get rid of him. But anyway, but he always leaves with a bag of money. So anyway, I want to thank you all for turning out here. Years ago when I was a young kid, I wound up in the Marine Corps, and I wound up in a place in Vietnam. I'm probably the youngest first lieutenant who ever commanded 270 men for 3 weeks in a battle. I was surprised. I was more than adrenaline pumping through my veins. I'll never forget those who died under my command. I don't think it was my fault. It happened to be North Vietnamese fault. But at the same time, I just can't ever get rid of that memory. And so one of the reasons I sponsor this and do this every year is I think any of you who served, I don't care what service you're in or what time you served, you are to be thanked by your nation and by us in the County of San Diego for what you've done for us. You protect us, you allow us to sleep at night safe, and I thank you for your service. And as the gentleman said earlier, you signed a contract that included the possibility of you giving up your life. And unfortunately for my class at Quantico, we gave up 39 of our young comrades in that class. There's a memorial there in Quantico for that. I just went to the 50th year reunion. I had the opportunity to meet Secretary of Defense Mad Dog Mattis, and I really enjoyed having him there. What is he, the warrior monk? Is that what he's called? And I love having those kinds of folks in charge of my country. So I want to thank you for turning out. I want you to know the County of San Diego has in Escondido our resource center. We have a veterans place there, so I know that the stand down here will be over with, but I want you to know that every day of the year you can go to the resource center, and we have a veterans place to help you get jobs, help you get housing, and assist you there. I think we owe it to you, and I appreciate your service for all of you here. And I'd like to ride a motorcycle too. I have one, but I don't ride it that often. But anyway, and I have a Packard. They wanted me to bring my Packard, but I didn't. It takes 3 days to go down the barn and get the doggone thing started and get it out here. So, all right, thank you. God bless you, and thank you for your service.
Thank you, Bill Horn. Next, I'd like you to welcome Supervisor Kristen Gaspar.
Well, good morning, North County. I have something to share with you this morning. When I pulled onto the dirt road here, my heart immediately felt full. But at the same time, it felt so empty, and I want to explain why. Full because look around us. This is incredible. Watching the strength of our community coming together behind a really important cause. It represents one of the most beautiful things that you'll ever see. But it's empty because of something that happened last year when I attended a stand-down event. And we had a presentation very similar to this, and when I stepped off the stage, I was immediately approached by one of the recipients of Stand Down. And he said, "Thank you so much, Supervisor Gaspar. It means the world to me that you're here and that you're standing behind this cause. But here's the reality of the situation. I came here over the weekend and I was provided so much warmth and services, medical attention, things that I truly do need. But there's one thing that you can't help me with, is that Stand Down ends today. And tonight, I'm back out on your street. And there isn't a thing that you can do to stop it." And he just looked at me dead in the eye and told me this. And I looked back at him and I said, "I know." And I felt so helpless at that moment. And I got back into my car and I really started thinking about that moment. And it stuck with me forever, and it probably always will. Because it was true that there wasn't anything I could do at that exact moment to help him, to stop him from going back on the streets. But it was a moment of empowerment, because it is possible. And until I can look back at someone just like him and be able to say, I can stop it from happening, that's the way that we need to all stay motivated from now into the future. Because Stand Down is a defined period of time. But if we can do what we've done in these several days and stand together as a community into the future so that we no longer have to look into the eyes of someone that served our country and tell them we cannot help them. We cannot keep them off the streets. Let this be empowerment for us all. Thank you.
Kristen Gaspar, thank you.